Okay, so welcome to our class, and today the task will be given to us to remove this automatic transmission right here. As you can see, this vehicle is a Honda Civics. My memory serves me correct, it is 2002, 2003 Honda Civics hybrid vehicle. The mere fact that we're going to remove the transmission from this vehicle and we're looking at this orange wire right here, there are certain precautions that need to be taken before we start to do any form of work. So, these are the safety material we will need to do our practical. Here we have the safety hook. People, this is not a one person job. Whenever you're working on a vehicle like this, at least two persons must be working. Are you paying attention? At least two persons must working. One must always have a safety hook to hook you. Remember that. Here, yes, here we have gloves. We have a gloves right here, a gloves right here, a gloves right here. Here we have a multimeter, but this multimeter is not a Cat 3 multimeter. However, this multimeter have a range of 500 voltage, and based on my research on this Honda Civics, the battery produce about 110, because this is what we call a mild hybrid. All right, so this can work, but generally speaking, I use a Cat 3 multimeter. All right, the gloves right here. Pay key attention right here. Once this gloves is removed from the package, the gloves only can last 1 year. A matter of fact, the gloves should be tested every 6 months. After 6 months, the gloves should be discarded because we're not going to test these gloves. We're just going to discard it. So an issue is right here. When this gloves was removed from the package, there was not a date. The gloves must write a date when it's removed from the package. 6 months later, the glove must be discarded. The gloves must dash away, throw away. No use. All right. This is a leather gloves. I'll soon tell you what is this for and this. All right. So before we use this gloves, you have to check it to ensure both gloves. Check it to ensure that air is in the glove. Some people can use a pump. All right. Hold it. All right. It is holding up. It is holding up. Can hold it for a minute or 30 seconds, but so far I'm holding up this and this gloves is good. All right, so I already tested the other one. So this is how I'm going to put on the gloves. This gloves is optional. This specific one is optional. This is a leather glove. This prevents sweating. So I will experience some sweating. So I'm going to put on this leather gloves first and experience because my hand will be sweaty. So this is just some mere sweating. These gloves now, these gloves will be the gloves that protect me from the high voltage. These gloves right here protect me from the high voltage. This supposed to can resist up to 1,000 volt or even more too. And then I'm going to put on these gloves. So this is two layer glove. I cannot work yet with this glove because remember the vehicle is very sharp and these gloves can easily be cut. Can easily be cut by any sharp object, any tool. So I have to put on these gloves now, which is the leather gloves. These gloves now is going to protect me from any sharp objects. And this, people, pay attention and stop the bloody talking. So these gloves now is the leather gloves. So with these three gloves now, my hands is safe. I could do without these gloves, but I cannot do without these gloves and this glove. These two gloves are mandatory, mean it must be used. It must be used. So let me repeat. Let me repeat. Whenever the gloves is removed from the package, it must be dated. 6 months later, the gloves don't have no use. It must be discarded. You put on this glove to protect you from high voltage. 1,000 voltage or more, this can protect you. These gloves cannot protect you from cut and prick and stick on these things. So you need these gloves now to protect you from the physical force that will make contact with the leather gloves. These gloves prevent the hand from sweating and all these things. So when you put on these gloves now, then you're ready to work. And this is for all electric vehicle, hybrid vehicle. Your second need to have this hook. Your second need to have this hook to hook you if you fall in any form of danger. So this is very, very, very important. If you don't do this, just stop what you're doing because this is very important. Okay, pause. Okay, so in order to depower a hybrid system or a electric vehicle system, we have to first remove the negative terminal. And this was already pre-removed, so we can remove the negative terminal right here. All right. Then we will wait for 10 minutes to do any other thing. No. Okay. All right, so okay. We have removed the negative terminal. I don't need for any hook. We have removed the negative terminal. With all system, most Toyota system, they have something like this. So you'd have to look in the manual, find the manual, research the vehicle, pull the safety plug. All right. So for Toyota, the Aqua, the Prius, I would assume even the RAV4 and these type of vehicles, this is how you remove the safety pin for those type of vehicles. But this system now is a bit older system, and have done my research and I found that to deactivate this system right here, I just flip this switch. It is on, so I'm going to flip this switch. When I flip this switch now, I should wait for at least 10 minutes for the system to discharge. 10 minutes. Minimum 10 minutes. Okay. All right, so we have deactivated this for 10 minutes, remove the negative terminal, turn off the switch, deactivate it for 10 minutes. We're going to check something now. Second, calibrate this multimeter for me, 500 DC volt, 500 DC volt. Yes, thank you. All right. And normally would do something that we call a live dead live test. Basically, this is when you use a multimeter, test a known power source, then you come back to you just to ensure that your multimeter is working. But zoom in right here. These cables now are the ones that are disconnected, and these cables will power all the orange wire. Once you see the wires in orange, that means it is dangerous. It has 60 voltage and more DC voltage. This is the battery. If I should measure the voltage right here, I will always get voltage, possibly, because, no, not always, because the switch is broken. But it's possible to get voltage, but this is no problem. What you need to focus on is this right here. So I need to ensure that the voltage is 0. So I'm going to hook up my black lead. And look here, Mr. Man, you have the hook that can hook me. Hook me, you know, because if me I get shot, you're supposed to can draw. What kind of idiot hook in that? No, you have to... So, look here, put it around my back now, so, yeah. The hook. Good. Let them see how I'm supposed to hook me. Yeah. You see it? You see how it's supposed to hook me. So if I should in danger, you need to pay attention, you know. So if you see me jump or jerk or you pull me up. But I pull me up, you know. Alright. So the grounds is right here. And this is very awkward to work in the gloves. And the positive. So look on the multimeter and see if we are getting any voltage. We're supposed to get 0 voltage. Are we getting 0 voltage?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. What that means, there is no voltage in the orange wire. To confirm what I can do, I can go back around the front and just check the 12 voltage battery just to ensure that my multimeter is working. Okay. Ready. So, we have just tested the high voltage battery and the multimeter was reading 0. So we are checking this 12 voltage battery right here just to ensure that this multimeter is working, although we've done it already. See it? I'm getting 13 voltage. That means the multimeter is working. You call it a live dead live test. So you can test at a low 12 voltage, and you test at the high system and test it. So we are getting zero voltage. So the mere fact that we are getting zero voltage, that means that the system is dead. All right, so the mere fact that we check this and it is zero voltage, we have turned off the system. We want to put something on this connector to ensure that nobody can connect it without our consent. And we're going to put it like this. And then lock it down like this. So no matter what, nobody not supposed to connect this without your consent. And we're going to take away the key. So this is how you will power or depower a 2002-2003 Honda Hybrid. But remember, whatever vehicle you're working on, please get the manual, get the correct procedure, because system will depower vary according to model, type, and all these things. However, what is standard universally, what is standard is your 3 layer of gloves. One gloves for comfort and to reduce wetness. The other gloves, which know we're supposed to be 6 months. After 6 months, it need to be discarded. Your leather gloves will protect you from any cut or any abrasion. And the hook with your second who is ready to hook you if there's in danger. And you'll have a safety lock. Depending on the model and depending on the system and the type, you'll have a safety lock. These things are universal. So you need to ensure that you follow the correct procedure whenever you're depowering a hybrid system or an electric vehicle system.